Now, I've been mentioning for a while about these AI super agents. So, a super agent can do a workflow, an entire job task, and do it continuously. And it's agentic, so it can do all the fun stuff you can do on your laptop. So, it can access your bank account, it can read your emails, it can build a website, it can do all that fun stuff. But what is even better than that is an AI orchestration layer. So a company isn't made of just one job, it's made of a big complex network of them. And what I've been waiting for some time is what I call an overall intelligent orchestration of all of those super agents. So you go in and one AI intelligently looks at your organization and says, okay, you're going to need a super agent here in finance, in HR, in manufacturing, whatever. And it spins up those super agents and manages them. It's like a CEO co pilot. I'm joking here, like one ring to rule them all. And when this happens, the resistance to just really deploying AI at scale across companies comes way down because you're not looking at complex things to code or manually put together like you have to at the moment. One AI just goes in and works it all out for you, deploys it all in one go. It makes most software customization obsolete when this happens. Now, this is getting closer and closer, and there have been within as many days a bunch of startups coming on the scene saying they can do something very similar to this. So, first is Abacus. They've been around a while. It's an American startup, as far as I know, and they've upgraded what they're doing already, and they've got something called Deep Agent. And again, this is something that would manage multiple AI workflows and coordinate them together. So you could be using multiple base models, multiple links, and it's meant to be like your overall management dashboard run by AI. But still, I mean, it's literally a few days old, their Deep Agent, although they have been around a little bit longer. Next up is one I just saw launched today, which kind of prompted me to make this video, Warm Wind. So they are saying something similar. This is something that you download, sits native on your laptop, and can then also do all the fun things you do in workflows. So you train it to do your tasks. So it watches you do whatever business routine you have to do, as long as it's repetitive. You can teach it then to do that. So it scans your emails, finds the invoices, extracts the information to Excel, saves it in one place for you, and then it goes into your ERP system and enters it, and then goes into your bank account and pays it. That kind of thing. So that looks good. Another one, Vercept, again, very recent within the last week or so. Amusingly, for anyone living in Vietnam, the agent they have that you put on your computer is called V. The Americans call it, pronounce it Vi, but V is a common name here in Vietnam. So it's like, let V do all the work for you. So this one again, you download it onto your computer and it does all of those things for you. My CTO colleague, he gave it a try, and it was okay in some areas, not quite there in others. But you can see all of these are new startups trying to solve this problem. Somebody from a university was trying to tell me a couple of days ago that AI is a long way off being able to run entire organizations. Rubbish. This is getting pretty close. But the thing with all of these are new startups, and I'm not about to give my AI orchestration layer to a startup until they've really proved themselves, which kind of makes me think, Copilot, this is what Copilot was always meant to be. Where are you, Microsoft? It should be you guys giving me my orchestration layer for everything else because, for 20, 30 years, I've been using you guys as Microsoft as my basic operating system, which I run everything else off. Why can't you give me this? I don't know what you guys have been doing. But anyway, I hope you do come around to it. Copilot, I was excited when it first came out, but I'm afraid, from my point of view, it didn't do what it could have done. Hopefully, maybe you guys go and buy one of these startups and take it seriously. Of course, Microsoft isn't the only one racing towards this. Google had their agent space, not bad, but a bit kind of clumpy and enterprise still, but moving in the right direction. And Google are being very aggressive, hyperscaling. They're out of the big tech firms. I've got a lot of respect for them. AWS, they were actually one of the first to come up with Q Studio, which was meant to, as advertised, this was already about a year or two ago, say it would intelligently look at everything happening in your organization and do the automations, but it wasn't ready. But a great idea. Best of luck to them as well. I'd subscribed for a little while to Cassidy, which was kind of linking different AI workflows, but it was all kind of manual. And I want an AI to do that bit for me, the orchestration, rather than me do it myself. Now, Manus is leading the field in agentic super agents. And if I was going to bet on which company is going to get there at scale first, they would be a very solid contender. And some of the other, Chinese ones, DeepSeek, some of the others, I suspect they may get at scale something very stable to this first. But look, when this happens, this is absolutely game changing. I think it's going to be by the end of 2025. The pace things are going at the moment, I mean, literally every week now, we've got new contenders jumping into what's now a category space, which was science fiction at the beginning of the year. So, as a reminder, what this will mean is an AI goes in and looks at your entire organization, and it works out the automation and all the process flows and super agent builds for you. And when it can do that well, there's just no excuse not to deploy AI at scale and totally transform your business. Yes, it's not that easy at the moment, but very soon, by the end of this year, mark my words, it's going to be a completely different game at this pace of these companies coming out and getting so close to this solution now.